gold. Yo, this is F.E. Mike, one of the many backs of the gold. This is word deaf, boy.
I'm Jerry Balecki, gold.
And over
Cam Miller, senior back, captain.
20.
Stick. Justin Schweitzer, 6 foot 200, full ride, Southern Cal. A little longer guy. I'm Brad Bowen, number 39. I weigh 198 pounds, 5'10", and all I want to do is thank the whole team for letting me play. Dave Buchanan, number 40, 2 foot 204, 5'11".
Quarterback
James Van Balago, 6 feet tall, 230 pounds.
no gain. Tackle made by Darren Ford.
Walk out number 44, 145 pounds, 5'7" on the defensive back.
Jeff Hermanson, number 45, 6 feet 180.
Second down and 10.
John LaMarche, number 48, senior defensive back.
Ethan Redmond, junior center. Peace. Steve Dunn, junior guard. Chick 53, I like to headbutt.
I am Port, and I am new. Girls love us.
We're so cute.
I'm 54,
And I am 18.
we are the stars.
On the Maple team. I got a ride to IU.
I got 1 more year until I'm through.
We once were lost, but now we're found.
Tell your Groves bunch we run this town.
Word, fresh for 88, boy.
Number 55, Mike Branson, linebacker, member of the Maple Crunch defense.
Number 60, Kevin Galvin, guard defensive end.
My name is Matt Ross, senior. Some call me Swede. Looking forward to coming back next year and rooting Maples.
Pass complete to number 80.
My name is Phil Wojcik,
Travis
defensive end.
First and 10. 31.
Famish. Thanks.
Tom Hunt, number 65, offensive tackle, inside linebacker.
Number 66, Jason Fickner, defensive tackle. Number 70, Pete Ross, and I'm on the goal.
Number 74, Pete Rosencrantz, I'm the junior. Howdy.
Pitch out to number 35, Wilson.
Number 75, Steve Aiken, offensive tackle.
On the tackle, Story, number 64.
People Jim, offensive defensive tackle. My name is Graham Curtis, gold offensive tackle.
My name's Ian Cooper, number 79, I play tackle, and
Second down and 11.
Number 80, Todd Hickman, and I was offered to do the Walt Disney World commercial at the end of the season.
Jason Vandenbroek. Pete Colgan, number 85, tight end, defensive end, hamburger, special teams, need I say more? Chris Sack,
Quarterback
210, 6,
22, Rich Collins.
played various positions.
Fennis Colombo, communications major, like tight end, defensive end. Hey, Mom.
Jim Papsco, number 89, wide receiver and kicker.
Third and 20.
Andy Sweeper, number 95. Hi, Mom.
My name is Mike Doty. I'm number 99. I'm a defensive specialist.
It's probably the part that the team enjoys the most is the so-called mock awards, and the varsity captains will have a hack at this. Okay, guys.
All right. Now, just to start off, to remember that this is all in good fun. Please take no offense. But we decided for our performance that we'd like to do the 10-year plan. So this is where our Mighty Maples will be 10 years down the road. Starting off with none other than Jamie Porky Downs. He's now working as a mascot for Butterball Turkey. Michael Branstrom.
was tragically killed in a plane crash with the Big Bopper's son and Buddy Holly's son. When his family was asked for a comment on the incident, they said, "No, no, not our Mikey."
Ivan Frank. Ivan was running for president of the Small Businessmen's Association, but he lost. The selection committee said, "It's a brakes guy, only a result."
Brian Rooster Martin has checked into a mental institution for reasons that every time he turned around, someone was calling him Biff.
Kevin, Crispy G, was last seen in a maroon cape with a kicking tee in one hand and a maple pen in the other, atop Troy High School, shrieking, "You can't stop me. I'm the Galvanator. You'll have to deal with me and my maple buddy."
Doug Kessler. Doug has been undergoing psychiatric treatment for recurring nightmares regarding the Hazel Park game.
David Buchanan is now working as a butcher. Was admitted to the hospital for blood transfusions when he was getting psyched and prepared for work.
Thomas Howe, now in contention for the Nobel Peace Prize due to his research in anti-perspirant NGO. We've all heard of Ray Guy. He created X-Hack.
Steve Aiken. Steve was recently named the Michelin Employee of the Month. He's a spare tire department.
Bill Wojcik has recently released his new book, 101 Places to Place a Band-Aid.
Creed Colgan. Creed founded the Somber Purple Plumbers Association. And we received workman's compensation ever since because Wild Bill Watson, his favorite trainer, retired, and Creed refused to go to work unless his ankles were properly tuned.
Dirk Walcott. Dirk has spent the last 10 years inside his house for fear of re-injuring his broken nose.
Brian Evil Jim Harvey is on the FBI's 10 Most Wanted list for single-handedly hunting and killing down all the members of the 1988 Hamburger Gold Squad.
Michael Dowdy. Michael has opened up his own chain of donut shops called Donuts. Eat donuts until you can't eat donuts anymore.
Mark Roberts. Mark is now touring the country and starring in Rodeo Fred's Wild Wild West show.
Justice Weitzer now owns a chain of floral shops which specialize in 32 varieties of daisies.
Jason Gleim. Currently is employed with Kmart Incorporation, basically due to his invention of the around-the-corner walking apparatus. This apparatus is used for people that seem to fall down at any given moment for no apparent reason whatsoever.
Matt Newton. Matt was recently arrested for running over pedestrians. Reports said Newton hopped out of the car, pointed in the victim's face and said, "You ain't nothing, stick, stick, yeah, boy."
Matt Sweet Russ is now serving a 3-year sentence for embezzling $100 million from the sale of football jerseys. Peter Gunny Ross is now touring in Wild Fred's Wild Wild West show as a quick draw specialist. Brian Chickenhands. Brian is now the owner of Birmingham Haagen-Dazs shop with the world famous Fat Man Special. $1. Lady Famished Black, now taking residence in Alaska and wrestling at 101 pounds. Cameron Mueller. He's now a general manager for a successful football franchise. But when a representative from a local charity came by asking for a donation, he said, guy, I gave it the office. Thanks. Now we come to the highlight of our show with the second annual Gunga Award. Created in memory of Brian Barry. This award is given to the player who shows the greatest amount of common sense. This year was a tight race until this year's winner stated, but coach, we got 2 jerseys at $25 a piece. That's $50. You know what I'm talking about. Come on up, Steve. Steven Gunga Dunn.
Okay, our method of introducing the varsity players this year is going to be movie titles.
The first player to be is a movie titled Journey to the Center of the Earth. And the player is Ethan Redwine because he was the center of everything. He was our offensive center and everything seemed to revolve around Ethan.
The next player epitomizes the movie The Red Badge of Courage. It's when the smallest players on the field took good sticks, you get right back up, looking for more. Jerry Balicki.
This next player, we picked the Enforcer because he was the one that really delivered some sticks, and when he stuck you, he told you to stay down. Matt Newton.
Crocodile Dundee. Because this guy does it all. And he just has a knack for getting things done no matter what it is that we ask him to do. On offense, fullback, wide receiver, tailback. Defense, outside linebacker, corner, free safety. He'd play tackle if we asked him to. Dirk Walcott.
Pictures. This one goes to one of our athletes who always seems to want to do other things besides play football, like being the floor show for field day and performing the plays. Steve Duck.
This next title pretty much sums up what this player meant to the team. True grit. He was a real scrapper, a real consistent, dependable guy. Tom X-Man Howard.
This next player we picked same time next year because we're expecting a lot of good things out of him. He really came along this year. Todd Hickman.
The Frank Capra Classic, It's a Wonderful Life, epitomizes Brian Chickadance. I don't think there's anything funny about it. Brian Chickadance is probably the most well-liked kid on the football team, and he'll do anything for anybody else, just like George Bailey and Frank Capra's It's a Wonderful Life. Chick?
According to the players, they started calling this guy La Bamba, and I had no idea. I said, well, why do you call him that? He said, he looked just like Richie Valens, Mike La Bamba Bransford. The color purple. Give it to a young man who wears purple sweatpants under his practice pants, and we gave him a title regarding that I won't talk about right now. But he's a senior, a good athlete who the kids recruited to come out for football. If he had played before, I think he would have seen a lot of playing time this year, but he's a good enough athlete to see a lot of time in the special teams this year. Creed Colgan.
The candidate. Graham Curtis is the candidate because we expect him to be a good prospect for next year and hopefully a starter on offense or defense for us.
The movie title we picked for this guy does not explain his consistency, toughness, or value to the team. It fits his nickname, the Electric Horseman, Phil the Electrifying Wojak. Ew.
The movie that was picked for this next player is The Westerner. That was because of he picked up the nickname Rodeo Roberts because of his style of tackling. Mark Roberts.
Oh man. Social Security.
The man who would be quarterback. I have one athlete on the team who always begs us day in and day out, oh, coach, come on, please let me play quarterback. I want to play quarterback. And even a couple times last year, he got to do that on the JV, Steve Aiken.
When the Starship Enterprise went out on its journey, I'm sure it wasn't prepared for the wrath of Khan. That was nothing compared to the wrath of Buck when teams came in to play at Maple Field, Dave Buchanan. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Two guys who always hung out together, looked out for each other, very loyal to each other and loyal to our football program. These guys epitomize the classic Seaholm football players in terms of their work ethic. Cam Mueller, Brett Russell.
One of the Maples favored rap music and stuff a lot, and he always had to listen to that in the locker room and in the weight room. It kind of gave me a headache. But so I refer to Jamie Downs as the soul man.
The title for this guy is Against All Odds. Wasn't the biggest guy in the field, the fastest guy in the field. But when teams ran in the center of our secondary, they got stuck and stayed stuck. Ivan Frank.
The title for this next player that we picked was RoboCop. because if you ever saw him dress for practice or in a game, he had a pad on every square inch of his body. Bob Carlton.
The Shining, because we expect this young man to shine for us next year. We think he could be one of those guys that everyone reads about in the paper and they say, where was this guy last year? We expect a lot of things out of Justin Schweitzer next year.
Okay, the next one is a movie we hope will come out the sequel again next year as Ryan Martin replaces Tom Cruise in Top Gun.
Next movie up is Commando. This player, I understand this player's main goal is one day to be in the Marines. And if he puts his perseverance and determination to work that he showed us, he'll have no problems. Pete Ross.
Arnold Schwarzenegger returns in a movie that made him famous as he leaps from building to building throughout the SMA as the Galvanator. The title that was picked for this next player is The Hustler. He started out at the beginning of the year playing him out of the demo squads, always talking, always giving it his all. John LaMarche.
Any which way you can. This young man was a newcomer this year, and because of that, he had an unorthodox style of getting things done. I knew he was an athlete when I saw his vertical jump. He's a very persistent young man. He broke into the kickoff team at the end of the year, and so he's a junior. We expect him back next year. Chris Sack.
The king of comedy. There's a lot of comedians on this club and people that always make me laugh. It's been a great year, but Lee Black has to be the king of comedy.
Saturday Night Fever accurately describes this guy. After he'd sack a quarterback, he'd give his Coyote dance. Mike Coyote.
Nice to make that at it.
This next player came out late, and the title we picked for him is Little Big Man, because as you'll see, he was probably the smallest, including Ivan, on the field. And he always stuck up to anybody on the practice field or any game when he got in. He would make the hits. Mike Fuller.
The next person is walking tall. For lack of a better reason, he's the tallest kid we got, Jason Glein.
The Sure Thing is the title that sums up this player. When we'd be driving down the field and we get inside our 30-yard line, we knew that this guy kicking the ball was the sure thing for us. Jim Patsko.
Title we picked
just like Walking Tall Part 1, this is Walking Tall Part 2. And again, for his size, when you look at the size of the coaching staff as opposed to the size of the players, you'll see. And it's Andy Scripter.
When the Maples left for camp this summer up to Alma, Universal Studios brought their cameras along to film Ernest Goes to Camp, starring Jason Vanderhook as Vern.
Hey, Vern.
So how do we pick for this next player? The natural. Everything, every sport I've heard he ever tried and every position that we put him in, he just fit right in with no effort at all. Jeff Hermanson.
Heartbreak Ridge, because this young man got his nickname Swede from that movie. Now, another movie also comes to mind when I think of this young man. That would be Blazing Saddles, but I won't talk about that. This guy lives in the weight room, very dedicated lifter. He's a classic, proud gorilla, Matt Russ.
One of our football players this year had a little problem. His personality changes all the time. One time he was really good, the next minute he was chasing down some gold player, knocking him down. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde best describes Brian Evil Jim Hartwig.
The Raging Bull is a perfect description for this player, the way he would carry the ball.